Good morning. It's the next morning and we have the big reveal, right? Here's our dough. I don't know if you remember what it looked like when we put it to bed. We had a big bubble right here. I just popped it. Of course, I had to open it before I opened it for you to see. And you're going to see that I'm trying to, the light's different because it's daytime. I'm going to pull it away from the edge a little bit. And what we want to start seeing down below are, not there, are, okay, I'll wait till we actually dump it out onto the thing. We're going to dump it out onto, I have a cutting board that I'm going to lightly flour. This is almost too much flour. I'm going to dump it out onto here. You can use your counter if you have that. I just have a glass top stove. Anyway, can't use my counters because they have grout stuff. So I'm just going to put this here. Okay, so I put flour on and then I wiped it off with my hand. That's really all the amount of flour you want right now. And see, look, it's very puffy. Yay. Oh, another giant bubble. That's a good sign, isn't it? We like bubbles. Okay. I did not find my stupid tripod, so I'm going to try to do this so you can see. Okay, ready? Here we go. Balance with my pinky. This is not happening. Okay. All right, here we go. I love this bowl, by the way. Okay, so there. Okay, we'll just let it take a minute. See the strands? Those tell us that we got good gluten development. If I can reach in there, hold on. If I can reach in there and there. See those? Those mean we got good gluten development and it should be able to hold its shape and its bubbles really well. Okay, so it's coming out and I'm tipping it this way onto, oh, look at those pretty strands. Yay. All right. Okay, hold on. Okay, I got to scoop it out. Hold on. Don't go away. Okay, scooping. We're scooping. Oh, God, onto the phone. Sorry. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so this is a colander that I'm going to shape one loaf in for you if you don't have a Banneton basket, which is most people don't. So you can use a colander. I kind of like the tea towel thing because it's going to leave a neat pattern on the crust. Or you can just put it in a bowl, about the same size bowl, spray it with Pam, and then you can use that instead and just do the same technique. The Banneton, we're going to flour the Banneton. Mine is pretty seasoned. That's why it looks, you can see flour in it. It becomes pretty nonstick when you do that. A baggie for covering the Banneton. We'll cover this one with its towelness, but we're going to put the Banneton in the baggie. Put the bowl away. Oh no, I need the bowl back. I need the bowl back because we're going to cut the dough in roughly, equal pieces. What I have found, oh, nice big bubbles in there. You want to treat it pretty gently right now. And I have found that if you can make it into a rectangle before you cut it. Oh, this is an enormous bubble. Watch. That was just too big. Just too big a bubble. We like big bubbles, but we like big bubbles and I cannot. Okay, sorry. It's been a crazy morning. Okay, kind of tuck it all around so it's sort of a rectangle. Sort of gently feel that it's pretty equal. It's not going to be. And then I'm going to take my flour. I'm going to make a line across the dough, because we want to be able to make the cut without the whatever you're going to cut it with sticking. I'm going to use a bench scraper, which until I started making sourdough, I had no idea what they were for. But I'm going to use my bench scraper because it's really handy, or you can just use a sharp knife. But I'm just going to go down through. Again, this is just rough, right? Go down through, and then scoop this away. Put it back into the bowl to sit and wait for me so I have room to work this one. And when I say work, I'm not going to do very much. I just want to make it into a rectangle. And then I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. We're kind of gonna do what we did last night, only a little more gently. Another big giant bubble. And so I'm gonna fold this down, pull it out a little bit, fold another giant bubble. I'm gonna leave that one because that one's kind of pretty. Fold it down, and then I'm gonna take this side, fold it over. So don't hold it against me if this comes out horrible, because I'm only using one hand, and I'm actually kind of impressed. Okay, ready? So I got one hand. I'm going to pull this back. I'm pulling it. I don't know if you can see. I'm pulling it back. Fold it over. Good job, Trish. Okay, now comes, we're going to take a corner, pull the corner out, away from it, and again, like we did last night, pull it over, pull it out, away, pull it over. It's sticking better today, right? Out and in, out and in. Okay, so now we've done 4 corners. There's another giant bubble. This rows really well. And now I'm just going to start, oh my gosh, tucking around to make it a ball. So this sucks because I would be using 2 hands to do this. Just use 2 hands to do this. And I want to be gathering it from down below because, again, I want to make the skin really tight. And hold on. Put a little more flour on the bottom. Underneath it. There we go. So it can turn better. I'm going to tuck this up. Okay. I'm just tucking the corners, right? And then I'm going to squeeze them at the top a little bit to have them hold together. I'm just pinching the seams. Okay. Now, I'm just going slowly. Really, it does not have to be perfect at all. The big goal is you want to have, oh, crud. I just had a call come in. Had to say no. You want to have the skin tight. So see how this is just kind of messy looking. I'm going to tip it over. The top is looking good. I'm going to tip it over. And then from underneath, I'm going to roll it toward me. I'm going to cup it with my hand and pinching it behind and scooting it toward me. I'm not rolling it. I'm scooting it toward me. Okay, you're going to see that skin start to change and get tighter. This is actually a really nice loaf. Much better than I thought. So the good news is, I wanted to tell you, this loaf is way drier than it should be, way more dry. And it doesn't matter because it's still going to turn out delicious bread. And the good news is it doesn't matter, right? You can always fix it. So I'm cupping it, the very bottom, pinching as I scoot it toward me. Pinching. Now I have to put it back on the board.
Excuse me, there is a message for you.
And now, I did it again, right? I got another message, sorry. Note to self, turn that off next time. Okay, so now you can see it pretty. There's still some bubbles. It's awesome. I'm going to flip it over into the Banneton. I'm going to throw a little extra flour in the Banneton. Hold on. We're going to throw a little extra flour in the Banneton, which I should have done. And then when you have the flour in the Banneton, you just shake it around. We're gonna do the same thing with the flouring the towel. Okay, here we go. Going in. Gonna put some flour on top of this, so it's not so sticky. Just kind of. Now, we're gonna turn it over into the Banneton. Bonk. See how those seams cleaned up? I'm going to take one more minute and pinch those seams. And we're going to let that go into the fridge, covered, into the fridge for an hour probably while I heat up the oven. I'm going to do the same thing with this one, exactly the same thing, and I'm going to flour this really heavily, way more heavily than I did the Banneton. And then instead of putting it in a baggie, I'm going to flip the corners over. All right. Okay. I'll see you a bit back.